Hey there. Welcome on in to the best of 2021. And we're going to keep it mainly in the realm of independent comic books. It's mainly what I like to read. And I did a decent amount of research. And yeah, like I said, let's get straight into it. This list is about 30. Okay, I have like a list and I did some research. But it's about 30 long and has about 10 kind of honorable mentions. Yeah, let's get into it. So first on the list is a book called Radio Apocalypse. Radio Apocalypse is about the apocalypse and how it involves radios. All right. Number 29, we have Dead Dog's Bite. Dead Dog's Bite is also about like a really good story. I mean, the dogs are dead in the story, but they don't. Maybe it's about zombie dogs or something like that. So Dead Dog's Bite is number 29. We have Good Asian. This will be number 28 on our list. There's a noir kind of detective. I don't know. Number 27 is this book. It's Shadow Service. This was another great story. Took place in the shadows, and the next book on the list is God damn it. The next book on the list is here we go. Penultiman. Not sure if anybody's read Penultiman. I sure have. It's about a guy who doesn't fit into his pants very well, and yeah, he's not as super as the rest of the people. That was number 26 on our list. For those of you who are joining, I'm just kind of going through as people trickle in. 25 is, I think, yeah, Lucky Devil. This is a book by Cullen Bunn. Some devils are not lucky. This devil is very lucky. And yeah, so next on our list is I actually read this one. I mean, this next on our list is Beckstar. I actually did it's number 24 on my list of top independent comic books of 2021. Yeah, you can actually see me read it on Instagram. It's about these three girls, and they're out to get like an object. I don't really remember. I read it though. Anyways, next up on the list is Not All Robots. Not All Robots is like the Not All Men movement, but with robots. So it's like a role reversal. And yeah, it's by AWA Upshot. They're good company. Next up on the list, let's see where we're at. We're at 22. 22 is Eat the Rich. And Eat the Rich is Boom Studios. Rich people get together, kind of like Purge style, and they eat other rich people. Next is Sea of Sorrows. This is a nice book about pirates, and they're out to get treasure, and they're sad, and they're in the sea. And yeah, that was number 21. So 20. This one, Witchblood. Cool. Number 19. You Promised Me Darkness. Yeah. Darkness. Promised by them. So, yeah. Behemoth did this one, and yeah, we'll move on. All right, this is fun. Next up on our list is Shadecraft. Shadecraft's actually number 18 on our list, heading towards the all-elusive number 1. This one actually somebody scribbled on it. Joe H. Oh, Henderson at the top here. Joe Henderson decided to scribble on it. And yeah, Shadecraft's about this girl who's afraid of her shadow, and she's like, ooh, shadow. And she like, oh, she can make shadows. Shadecrafting. Yeah. Okay. As we move along here, I'm gonna skip ahead. There we go. I feel this a little bit better. All right. Next on our list is number 17. This is Orphan and the Five Beasts. It's a James Stokoe book. Fun story about this book. It took forever for him to do because like the detail that he has in it. So there's 5. I'm gonna assume 5 issues of this, and the orphan has to face the 5 beasts, and they're like giant. I don't know. Anyways, next we have Verge. Verge is number 16 on our list. Verge is about this cop who hangs out with Vikings and samurais, and she has a gun, but they have swords, so I think that she's gonna win the battle. Next on our list is Stray Dogs. Not to be confused with the Dead Dogs Bite earlier. These dogs are alive, I think. I think they're alive in the book. So yeah, this is number 15 on our list. Stray Dogs. Next up is the Devil's Red Bride. Kind of like the samurai in the Verge. There's a samurai story. There we go. We got samurais in this one, and then we got samurais in this one. And this one only has one samurai. There's a lot of swords, a lot of samurai swords. So, yeah. Maybe he like killed a bunch of people, and then he's like a sword collector. Yeah, that's pretty cool. He's got red eyes and blood on his sword. He like slashed. I don't know. Anyways, let me organize this a little bit better. All right, where are we? We are at number 13. Mazebook by Jeff Lemire. Jeff Lemire, who tells his own stories and also does his own art. This one's about like a really complicated maze of yarn, and he's trying to like get to his daughter, who's also has yarn. Something like that. All right. Next on our list, we're getting close to our elusive top 10. We're at number 12 is WYND, but spelled differently with a Y. This guy obviously uses wind of the birds to fly because he's really talented. This is a Tynan. Tynan is how I was told. James Tynan the Fourth. IV, yeah. IV is the fourth. This is his best book, so I've been told. Yeah, best Tynan book is WYND. All right, getting real close. This is number 11. Just outside the top 10 is We Promised Utopia. This is by LP Comics. I think it's literary press. Anyways, this is a book made by a bunch of engineer guys, and they they wanted to like see what like an actual utopia is. There's a book earlier. Oh, look, it's right here. So we have a couple promises on our list. We have the Promise of Darkness, which I would probably rather have this one. That's why it's higher on my list. I'd rather have Utopia than Darkness. I mean, come on. Not like stupid. All right. Now we're getting into top 10. This is where it gets really serious. Number 10, Barbaric. Barbaric is about a barbarian who has an axe that likes to drink blood. This is another book that I actually read on my Instagram. I read it live for everybody. I didn't really remember much of it, but I did read it. I read this book, and it was number 10 on my list. Oh, there's also a girl that has, I remember, she had like tattoos of knives, and she would like pull the tattoos off and like throw the knives at people. And then she like glue, and she like turned different colors, and yeah, it's a good book. Barbaric, number 10. Not issue number 10, but number 10 on my list. Number 9 of my list is, which I did a lot of work on this list, by the way, everybody. The Me You Love in the Dark. So this is a, I'm not sure if it's George or Jorge Corona. I want to say Jorge Corona. And then Scotty Young did the writing. Normally, we all know Scotty Young for drawing, but he is also a writer. He is trying his best to write. And this book had amazing art. Okay. That was number 9. We are flying through this. Number 8. This little mature for audiences. I got kind of a weird cover of this book. This is A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. It's about a gentleman who goes around killing birds and stumbling across murder scenes. Yeah. So he likes to show up after people are murdered. Sometimes he shows up before people are murdered, though, and that's when the book gets interesting. A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance was number 8 on our list. And as we cruise on in, we keep on going. We're going to number 7. Number 7 is, I don't know what this is. Sweet, sorry, it's in cursive. It's hard to read. Sweet Paprika. Oh, Paprika. There we go. Sweet Paprika. It's about a girl who has a hairstylist, and she likes drinking coffee. So she's in a position of power, and the other guy has a puppy and a halo, and she's a demon. They both have halos. She's the only one without a halo. It's about her adventures of drinking coffee. Spiced coffee, it says. It says spice it up. All right. Number 7. Oh, wait. No, this is number 6. Ah, man, I messed it up. Crap. Maybe we could... Nah. Maybe we could switch this to number 7. It makes sense for this to be number 7, right? 7 Secrets. 7. Now it's my number 6, so... 6 Secrets. This is a Tom Taylor book. Tom Taylor... I actually know Tom Taylor's best friend. I've met him multiple times. His name is Simon. And Simon has secrets. Tom Taylor has secrets. I have secrets. And there's more secrets in this book. So read it for secrets. All right. Next, number 5. This one does not have a number in the name. It is about a skeleton lady with red hair. Karmen. So Karmen is number 5 on my list. We are in the top 5. Karmen 5. Karmen 5. All right. Great book, I assume, because why would it be in my top 5 if it wasn't a good book? I mean, come on. Next, we have... so I had like the green color and the red color, and now I got the blue color of We Live. Blue signifies Let's see what it signifies. Fourth printing. Cool. Yeah, fourth printing of We Live. It's about a cat or a person wearing a cat costume right there. And hold on, let's get that to focus. There's a cat person and then like a taller, not cat person. I assume it's post-apocalyptic. Oh, he also has a tail, so it might be a cat. And this is made by the Miranda brothers. Fun fact about this story, they have a YouTube playlist that you could actually, you scan a barcode on the inside of it, and you can listen to the songs. I listened to the songs while I read the story. All right. We are in our top 3, and everybody knows that when you get to the top 3, you go way slower. Number 3, The Many Deaths of Leila Starr. Definitely read this book. It's about a girl who dies, and she falls. Number 2 is Radiant Black. Much to the chagrin of other people that know me, I am a big fan of this book. It used to be my number 1. This Radiant Black used to be my number 1 book, but it got pushed off by another book, which we will all see momentarily. Radiant Black is about a guy who sells bath bombs or is a writer. One of those two. And yeah. He has like energy. Oh, and there's like, I looked at the covers of the other issues, and there's like a red one, there's a pink one, a yellow one. I don't know if there's a blue. Oh, okay. I have a beef. The Radiant Black, he's kind of like the blue one, to be honest, because he's like a lot of blue. All right. And so before I do my number 1 pick, which everybody should know by now, oh shoot, there we go. I would like to say that after my number 1, I do have some honorable mentions. Or not honorable mentions, but ones that should be in my top 30. So it's more of like a top 40, but these don't really meet the criteria. So I'll put a little disclaimer at the bottom. Number 1, By the Horns. This is another book I got. Somebody scribbled on it. So yeah. So it looks like they scribbled the same head. Oh, and they signed. There's a signature here too, because you always gotta sign when you scribble on things. Jason. Oh, it's the artist. There we go. The artist scribbled on the book and also signed his defacement of the book. All right, so that was my top 30, and now let's get that disclaimer. Almost qualified. So first on the list, I don't even have it. It's a web comic called Lore Olympus, and it's on Webtoons, and it is about like Persephone and Hades and their relationship, more or less. And it's an infinite scroll comic, so you just keep scrolling through it. And they did a hardcover and a softcover that released this year. And that's why it makes the list of 2021, but doesn't really qualify because I think it started in like 2016 or something like that. And actually the next one on the list is a very similar story. I do have a copy of it though. Ranger Stranger is number 2 on the almost qualified. list, and this thing is ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. They started in 2016, I think, or maybe Lore Olympus started in 2014. I was mixing those up. But the front of the cover was that, and then the back of the cover is that. So it's like the other side of the bear. And it is ridiculous. It's about a ranger and his adventures with the beaver that was on the front. And yeah. All right, next up, we have Fungirl. Fungirl, I tried to keep this list as kind of just comics, and this technically was a comic. It had a free comic book day, Tales of a Grown-Up Nobody or something like that, and this is the actual graphic novel version. But it was so good that it had to go into the best of the year, almost qualified. Okay. Number 4 is After the Rain. Definitely not gonna try to sound that name out at the top. And so, After the Rain, it rains, and there's hands, and it's all about what happens afterwards. And I believe that this was written by the person at the top in a different story, and then another person translated it and then also retold the story in graphic novel form. So they hired an artist and another writer. Number 5 is another qualified book, or almost qualified book, and this is the Adventure Zone. This started off as a podcast. I think this was even earlier, like 2012, and then they just started this past couple of years. They just started releasing the graphic novel forms. It's a D&D campaign, as you can see with the D&D dice right there. It's the best D&D story out there, I'd say, where you like follow somebody else playing D&D. It's the best one I've ever listened to and subsequently read in the year 2021. All right. Next, we have this White Ash. So the first season came out in 2020, but season 2 came out in 2021. So I'm giving it an almost qualified list at the 6th spot out of the 10 spots that were available. Number 7 is Afternoon at McBurger's. Very self-explanatory. It's about 3 girls who go to a place called McBurger's where they have giant hamburgers or veggie burgers or chicken sandwiches, maybe. I don't know. I don't see any meat. I do see lettuce and all kinds of tomato and bun. They got a little smiley face on it, a little McBurger box, and then they're trying to get a once party. So you get a once party when you turn a certain age, and it's about these girls' journey into their once party at a fast food restaurant, because that's where the fun happens and that's where the magic happens. Number 8, I have 2 more and then another qualified one. Well, they're all qualified. I'm giving it to Bad Idea. That's looking weird on the screen. So this is Eniac. This is the first bad idea that Bad Idea had. The only not bad thing about it was the story was amazing and the art was incredible in a couple of their stories. So, but they took up the 8th spot, and I couldn't really, I'm lumping all their stories together. My shop wasn't one of the Bad Idea comic shops. They made it hard for people to get the books, drove up the price. I think this book was selling for like $150 at one point, and now it's still selling for like $60, which makes no sense because they're just living up to their name. Number 9 is Mullet Cop. I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to let one-shots into the list. So in the number 9 spot, I chose the best one-shot that came out in 2021. Mullet Cop, go read it. He's cop with a mullet. Cool. Last one is called Fish Flies, number 10. It's either a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo campaign, and it came out and it was awesome. And yeah, but I don't have it because I didn't do the Kickstarter or the Indiegogo campaign. So yeah, tell me in the comments what you all thought was your best of the year. I read a lot of books, and I enjoyed these 30, 40 books the most. And there's some honorable mentions back there. I'm not sure if you could see it, but right there is Darling, right there is Geiger, and right there is Bloom. And yeah. Bye.